On October 19, 1993, Benazir Bhutto became the Prime Minister of Pakistan. For the second time, but at the same time, her mother and brother, instead of becoming her allies, started turning against her. They wanted to snatch People's Party headship from Benazir Bhutto. Benazir Bhutto and her brother had seen their father being hanged. Both of them should have been very close to each other, but they became so far away from each other. There was a historical and ideological reason for all this. Their ways parted when, after the death of Bhutto, Benazir took the path of political struggle, and Murtaza Bhutto took the path of the armed movement. Murtaza Bhutto wanted to take revenge on his father for the military rule of Zia-ul Haq. And Murtaza Bhutto's answer was, democracy is the best revenge, and Murtaza Bhutto created a secret organization by the name of al-Zulfiqar. The people from this organization had kidnapped the PIA plane in 1981, whose story we have shown to you in another episode of this series. However, the reality is that he has been acquitted in this case in 2003. This plane kidnapping incident had a very bad impact on the reputation of the Pakistan People's Party. Zia-ul Haq had declared the People's Party a terrorist party and declared it an Indian agent. Benazir Bhutto was also arrested in this connection, and the claim of recovering the documents from Benazir's bedroom was also revealed. Due to the activities of al-Zulfiqar, Benazir used to keep her distance from her brother, and used to say that her movement is not armed but political only, so that her reputation in international and national media will remain positive. The differences between sister and brother developed the habit of estrangement to such an extent. That brother wanted to snatch the political legacy of her father from her sister at any cost. When Benazir Bhutto took over the rule, Murtaza Bhutto was living the life of an exile in Syria, and then he declared that he is making his return to Pakistan. Everyone knew that his return to Pakistan was not in his favor. The state was already interested in him in the case of rebellion, including hijacking. The situation was not acceptable. Hence, Murtaza's return could have created an unprecedented political and emotional problems for Benazir Bhutto, which is why Benazir Bhutto tried hard to stop him, but she failed. Murtaza Bhutto announced his return. But for this, he also needed a few guarantors so that he does not have to face any major difficulties in Pakistan. This external help he got from Egypt, President Hafiz al-Assad, and Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat. They talked to Pakistan and made it easier for the return of Murtaza Bhutto. 3 November 1999, when Murtaza Bhutto's plane reached Karachi airport, he was not allowed to land. Murtaza went back to Dubai, and from there took another flight and came back again. This time too, the plane was not allowed to land. It kept flying in the air. There are rumors that Murtaza had told the pilot to give him a parachute, and he was ready to jump. But the civil administration said they didn't stop the plane from landing. When the plane landed, Murtaza Bhutto was arrested and transferred to jail. Now the situation was that the Prime Minister and a sister couldn't do anything when her brother was in jail. Even though 7 months in jail seemed tough, something even more challenging was about to happen. Murtaza Bhutto was claiming that he was the real rightful heir of Bhutto, whereas Asif Ali Zardari used to say by giving a reference to a testament that Zulfiqar Ali Bhutto handed over his political legacy to Murtaza Benazir Bhutto. The differences between the Bhutto family touching its last limits, but the opposition felt that all this is a game of good cop, bad cop. Chaudhry Shujat Hussain used to say that the people are being fooled. Murtaza Bhutto will be released in 3 to 4 months. Benazir was desperate to meet her brother, but she was shackled by political compulsions. But she could not control herself for long. Politics was defeated and sister's love won. She went to jail to meet her brother in the dark of the night. The opposition created a lot of noise, but Benazir Bhutto's answer was that, of course I am Prime Minister. Along with this, I am also a sister. Murtaza Bhutto was also part of the Sindh Assembly. Therefore, on November 8th, he was released from jail to take the oath in the Sindh Assembly. When he came to the assembly, he criticized Benazir and said that if the People's Party breaks up, then Benazir Bhutto will be responsible, not him. Murtaza Bhutto. Instead of answering his brother, he takes the name of someone else behind all this. If you think about it, until Murtaza was not married and he didn't say a word against me, then who was the new person in his life that he changed? Murtaza Bhutto was not alone in this political battle. His mother and People's Party chairperson Nusrat Bhutto was also there, along with her son. She used to say that Murtaza has more rights to lead the party. It was Asif Ali Zardari who used to reply on behalf of Benazir on this matter. This fight was not coming to an end. Benazir was afraid that the game might slip out of her hands. Remember that at that time, the chairperson of the People's Party was not Benazir Bhutto, but her mother Nusrat Bhutto, who could expel Benazir Bhutto from the party at any time and could appoint Murtaza Bhutto as party chairperson. Benazir Bhutto was determined to end this threat forever. With the help of the party members, she called for a party meeting, removed Nusrat Bhutto from chairmanship, and made herself the chairperson of the party. But as soon as Nusrat Bhutto came to know this, she rejected it, and said that he had made a very big mistake by making Benazir the prime minister. It would have been better if she herself had become prime minister. On the anniversary of Zulfiqar Ali Bhutto, Nusrat Bhutto was stopped from going to Larkana to visit the sister of her late husband. During this, 4 workers were killed and 2 were injured in the Lathai charge and shelling, while more than 100 were arrested. Nusrat Bhutto and the wife of Murtaza Bhutto, Ganwa Bhutto, were badly affected by shelling. But even in this condition, Nusrat Bhutto has been saying that Benazir's bullets cannot stop her from visiting the tomb of her husband. She also said that this Zia-ul-Haq has deprived her of even seeing Bhutto's face. Benazir has stopped me from going to the tomb. She was so unhappy with her daughter that instead of taking her name, she started calling Benazir Bhutto Begum Zardari. Benazir was very upset. She could not give Murtaza and Nusrat Bhutto free his hand forever. Murtaza Bhutto was released on bail in 1994. Welcome, 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 Murtaza. Slogans of goodbye, goodbye, Benazir, goodbye kept echoing in the welcome party. Murtaza announced that if he comes to power, there will definitely be an inquiry against Asif Ali Zardari. The inquiry didn't happen, but Asif Ali Zardari's mustache got cleaned. According to the Fatima Bhutto, Asif Ali Zardari and Murtaza Bhutto came face to face. Asif Zardari did not have guards at that time. Murtaza Bhutto cut off half of the mustache of Asif Ali Zardari. Here the mustache was a matter of respect for Zardari. He threatened Murtaza Bhutto and went away. No one has any memory of this incident. Fatma Bhutto repeated this incident many times. However, Asif Ali Zardari and the then Dig Karachi both deny this incident. The investigators who had been investigating this matter didn't find any evidence of this incident, so this was probably a false accusation. A few days later, Muhammad Ali Sunara of Murtaza Bhutto's party was arrested by the Karachi police on charges of bomb blasts and labeled him a raw agent. When Murtaza Bhutto came to know about the arrest, he himself went to the CIA center to rescue him by force. When Shoaib Sudal got information about this incident, they issued orders to arrest Murtaza Bhutto. But the chief minister of Sindh and Benazir Bhutto stopped them and said that instead of Murtaza, their armed comrades would be arrested for the time being. A little later, in September 1996, a police team set up a block near his house, and they were ordered that if Murtaza Bhutto passed through here, his associates should be arrested. Murtaza Bhutto was returning after a procession. The police surrounded his car and stopped it. There was a conversation between Murtaza's friends and the police, then there was silence, and then a bullet was fired. This bullet was fired when firing started from both sides. The police thought that Murtaza's men fired. Murtaza Bhutto, men said that the police fired first. The firing continued for half an hour, but when the firing stopped, Murtaza Bhutto had been hit by 5 bullets, one of which had passed through the neck. Shoaib Sudal said that an order was issued to immediately take Murtaza to the hospital, but the reality is that Murtaza Bhutto was lying injured for 55 minutes. Then he was taken to a nearby hospital. But the facilities there were inadequate. After 1.5 hours, Murtaza Bhutto's wife, Ganwa Bhutto, and daughter Fatima reached the hospital. The last son of Bhutto was taking his last breaths. His body was not accepting blood after excessive bleeding, and after 12 o'clock in the night, his body was free from the need for blood. Only 2 days ago, it was Murtaza's birthday. On that day, Benazir called and wished her brother a happy birthday. But perhaps she did not know that this was their last conversation. When Benazir Bhutto got the news about her brother, so he reached the hospital barefoot. On September 21st, another grave was added to Bhutto's graveyard. Being the eldest sisters of the family, was so helpless that she could not even see her brother for the last time. Any minister, including Asif Ali Zardari, could not participate in the ceremony. A day later, when Mohtarma Benazir tried to tie the knot for the sake of regret, they pelted stones on Benazir's car. Yes, despite deep sorrow, Prime Minister Benazir could not meet his brother's widow and his niece Fatima. Benazir, who had seen her father hanged, had seen her younger brother die of poison in France, now wanted to find clues about the murderers of her second brother, but failed. According to the report given to her by the agencies, Murtaza Bhutto was shot at some point by someone sitting on the roof, through a sniper, which resulted in his death. The intelligence agencies also showed him a picture in which there were bullet holes on the roof of Murtaza's car. But what was the truth that when Benazir Bhutto herself saw this car, there was no hole in its roof? So a few images were shown to Mohtarma Benazir Bhutto, and it was shown that there were holes in the roof of the car, but there were no holes in the car. All the pictures that were shown were tempered. This murder is still a mystery even today. With all the people who were arrested in the murder case of Murtaza Bhutto, all of them in the third phase of the People's Party government, released. Benazir Bhutto said that Sardar Farooq Lagari also had a hand in the murder of Murtaza Bhutto. He could have given solace to the murderers, because someone else could not have taken me out, so, after all, the papers say that she is the Prime Minister. Minister's brother, the Prime Minister, is investigating. If she does it, we will have to be hanged. Then there was someone who said, "Do it then. Son, she will not be there. She will go away, and then I will not arrest anyone. You will not be prosecuted." And this is what happened. Major General retired Nasrullah Babar used to say that the murder was planned by ISI. According to a few People's Party critics, Asif Ali Zardari killed Murtaza Bhutto, while DG Karachi of that time, Shoaib Suttle, said that was sheer stupidity of the police. It could be a fault of the police. But a later incident started coming, which confused the matter. It could be the stupidity of the police, but a well-thought-out stupidity was going to happen even more. One Major General took 40 comrades along with one brigadier, planned to eliminate all corps commanders, and captured Pakistan Army and impose Islamic Sharia in Pakistan. On the other hand, an Islamic scholar captured the airport, hostage the judges and officers, and demanded to impose Sharia on the country, or he would not give up the capture until it is done. We will tell you all this in the next episode. If you have not subscribed to the channel till now, then subscribe and click on the bell icon to get updates about our new videos.